and I am thinking that maybe he went home to get a bite to eat. A bite to eat after I bought this damn pizza for both of us. Alright guys, what's up? I'm Ryan again. Eric's back at the pit stop. He got off a little early, and you're watching another episode of Cherezian Racing. We are practicing this Saturday, finally getting the super truck out there with the new modifications done to it. But I figured I'd just walk you guys through what a regular Thursday night looks like for us. We call it Thirsty Thursday, and it's basically our tradition to work on the race car and drink a little beer or whatever we're drinking that particular night. And preparations for either a race or practice or whatever. It's been the off season, so we've just been grinding on the car, making sure that we're getting all the updates done to what we need to get done. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll show you what it's like back at the shop. We got a couple things on the menu for you guys tonight, a couple new things got to talk about, and a lot of stuff to do. So here we go. First order of business. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, so back here in the pit stop, and I guess I lied. I said Eric was here. He ain't here. Normally we get off about the same time, but he got off a little bit early today, and I am thinking that maybe he went home to get a bite to eat. A bite to eat after I bought this damn pizza for both of us. So I'm about to see. I think he'll be showing up here pretty soon. It's about 7 o'clock. All right, so seeing that Eric's not here yet, I figured I'd mix myself a drink in the meantime. A little bit of single bar action here. I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but these are some cool ass ice cubes. We're drinking whiskey or something. These things stay ice cubed up for a very long time. I'm gonna show you the perfect ratio here on this Jack to Coke ratio. This stuff ain't no joke. This is what, 130 proof? Actually probably go a little more than that. I'd like to go up to the top of the ice cube, and then whatever that is right there. So did you eat?
Huh?
Did you go home to eat?
No.
No?
I had like an hour.
Thank God, because I got a pizza. I was like, probably went home to eat dinner or some shit.
No, I was playing NASCAR Heat 5.
NASCAR Heat 5?
Yeah.
Make it out of the dirt series yet?
Nope.
No?
First 3 wins of the season, I'll take that.
Alright, so Eric turned me on to this game, Tony Stewart's, what, All-Star Racing Series or something?
All-American Racing.
All-American Racing. I don't have it, he has it, but he brings it over all the time, and it's a pretty fun game. Now he's saying NASCAR Heat 5 is about the same as Dirt to Daytona, which was my favorite game for a long time back in the PS2 days. But, oh shit. Yeah, no shit. Tell you what, man, I'm pouring some of that single barrel over there. So, body is somewhat going back on, but I want to show you guys something here. Look at all these nice, pretty shocks. So I bought these from our buddy Bennett. So I'll be the first one to tell you I don't know shit about shocks. I mean, we do everything here in-house, you know, on the car ourselves, but there's one thing I don't know, and that is shocks. And a wise man once told me that a man's got to know his limitations, and I don't know anything about shocks. I bought a box of shocks a long time ago, a bunch of oil shocks, and I said, oh, this one probably goes in the right rear, and this one probably goes in the right front, and I think this one would be going in the left rear, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And, you know, shocks are like anything else they're supposed to use as a package. All the 4 shocks are supposed to be working in unison with each other. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I figured that I got some gas shocks for once that can be revalved, so I'll figure out maybe somebody to revalve them for me and put me in the right direction. Hopefully help our program out a little bit, give it some speed, because I mean it can't really hurt us getting some decent shocks on this car. So that's coming in the future, don't know when. Let me show you what we got on the tap tonight. So I kind of modified the to-do list here, and I circled the shit that I think we can get done tonight, and then the rest of the stuff we can do like on Saturday. But basically everything I circle tonight I think is doable. So we got some practice rims and wheels we're gonna be putting on. So I pretty much put what wheel I want to take off, the old rims that are not gonna work out, and then the right offset to go on them. I'm not gonna worry about the left front. We're just gonna do pretty much the rear because we already have a right front to, you know, the one that's already mounted on the old spare. So that'll work. So there's that. And then obviously I can mount that fire extinguisher real quick. Set toe, we gotta drop this thing down after we get, you know, the wheels on and whatnot. I'm gonna try to weld the Nerf bar and a couple other little knick-knack stuff. We get the exhaust on. And then this right here, the tree.
You don't know what
what I'm talking about right there?
No idea.
So I'll show you guys in a second what we're talking about. There's something we gotta do non-race car related that's very important to me. Oh, Antioch. I think practice is at 12. Pit gates open at, yeah, noon. Practice from 1 to dark 30, whatever that means. So,
Dark plus 30 minutes.
yeah, like I said, we're practicing this weekend on Saturday. The next weekend, we have a practice again if we need it. I'm sure we will. Same place, Antioch Speedway, and then the 13th is our first race of the season. And we're planning on going down to Hanford, which is about, well, we did the math today, it was about 130 mile or 180 mile trip, so not that bad. 3 hours, a little bit less than I anticipated and I thought it was, so that's the plan. All right, so at 7 o'clock, they're doing a Tri-State Pro Stock interview thing. They do it with, like, you know, select drivers and stuff. They're doing it with my buddy, Mr. Brent Lawrence, the 4T car.
Okay.
So I just want to play it over the loudspeaker and just listen while we work. I don't really know how to get on there actually. Up on the bar, that's... So check this out. They created like a, I don't know what you call it, like a blogging page or something, where they go on and it's like publicity shit, right? So they go live with certain drivers they want, you know, and they post shit like this at the dirt track. But it's called Up on the Bar, and they have Lori Brown's car, which is a leaf spring. So Up on the Bar is a term used for bar cars, and you got a picture for a leaf spring car. So I gave him shit and said, up in the leaf spring. All right, let's go tackle this tree. I couldn't do it by myself. I needed a second hand, so.
Which tree? On the front or the back?
The one that blew down.
What?
Yeah.
Last night?
Not, well, actually, so it wasn't a tree that blew down. It was just a big ass limb, and it landed on my fence here. Yeah, this is a little limb that fell down. Thing's pretty damn heavy, but I guarantee we can do it just the both of us.
Yeah, either that or run a strap around into the Tahoe and pull it over.
Yeah, that's a possibility. All right, I'm gonna see if we can capture our stupid moments here. Oh yes, we're gonna get it now. All right, 1, 2, 3. Hold on, it's on the damn stupid fence, like I said. Nailed it. Push the shit out of it. I was engulfed. This one might be bent and broken, Eric.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Bonfire time.
Sweet. Come on, the bonfire.
We got plenty of bonfire shit.
I know you've been very active.
All right, tree's done.
This year,
One down.
I've seen several of your shows.
2,
We were
4,
talking
5 to go.
before we went live. What's that?
I gotta turn this
You're
baby up.
babysitting Angus for an hour at the next race.
All right, so we
Hey.
got Brent.
I like Angus. I have no problems with that. He behaves.
All right.
He's easy to
a
deal
little
with.
too loud.
Throw the ball. and he'll
Mr.
bring it back
Controversy
to
Jerry
y'all day
Bartlett,
long.
double O
So-
car, good looking
But
car.
yeah, hey Misty, how
Don't
you
know who
doing?
that guy is.
Second up, we have Chaz Thompson, who's joined
You check if that thing was holding air yet?
I don't know what.
No, I didn't fill it up. But that's a good tire, so I'm assuming it is.
That one?
Should be. I mean, it's a decent tire. It's got.
Oh yeah,
Enough
that
tread.
should be one of the ones that.
It's one of the ones we put off the wall here.
I
think so. So these tires up here are basically what we got to use this whole season. They're a bunch of not used tires, but they're new used tires. They have like one race on them, so we got a whole bunch of these 255s and 265s. Should last us all season. But we're gonna burn up our freaking shitty tires that are all cracked and chunking off for these next two practice races. Just because, you know, we like to use shit until it's no longer usable. Try to save as much money as possible, make this thing work and happen, and not go broke doing it. All right, so we had to modify the cockpit here to kind of bring it up enough to clear our new pull bar with this length and everything. So I had to relocate the fire extinguisher. I'm doing it over here on the left side of the driver's seat. Just tighten it up a little bit. Alright, so doesn't look pretty, but I wanted to round this off because the last time this thing took a shot, it's October 10th, big old pile up, and this bar was hanging out sharp like that, and sure as shit, when I got hit here, it pushed it back into the tire, popped the tire, so they'll kind of prevent that from happening, I think, next time. And then I just welded a little brace on here for the mud flaps so don't cave in as much. Gotta trim the rest of it off, but Eric's working over here on the tires. And you know, what do we say? If it's bent, it's not broken. Well, let's check out this tire here. You can see cords down there on the bead. I mean, you can literally see the cord right there. This is, I don't know if this is paint or something, but that's a cord. And I guess last time we had this on the rim, we just put a bunch of bead sealer in there, and it actually sealed up pretty well.
It was on a bead lock.
It was on a bead lock, but I put a bunch of bead sealer in there. So, yeah. This tire is just about done, but we just figured we could get one more practice session out of it. The more the merrier. Yeah. Fill a gap, use some bead sealer.
I have no idea if it's gonna work.
It will. I don't know for how long, but it will. I know it will.
It might work here in the garage.
Yep.
Finally getting the exhaust back on.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I really like the way it sounded without the exhaust, but
After like
we
what?
got rules out here in California. You can't run over 90 decibels or whatever it is. 93 decibels, something like that. Sounded good for a while. It's not permanent here. We got some new mufflers we're going to put on here. Make it breathe a little better. Should be a little louder too. Should be nice. No gasket in between.
Nope.
The more air you get in between, the more flames that come out.
Better show for the you're about to knuckle buster yourself there on the frame.
This guy's loose. It's all good though. Yeah, some of those are pretty tight with the socket in between, you know?
Yeah, it's because these welds.
Yeah, they're a little thick.
When they go out there and flop all over the racetrack.
Alright, so unfortunately the exhaust is all bolted back in.
Very detrimental.
Got a nice quiet race car.
So
These guys are talking about the dirt race coming up at Bristol, the Dirt Nationals. Apparently Kyle Busch is running a late model. Be a lot of big names out there. It's looking good. I don't know about you guys, but we've been watching the practice runs and stuff with some of the late model guys and some stock car and modified guys. Looks like fun. Looks like a nice track. Should be some good racing. I think putting dirt on Bristol will bring a lot of awareness to the dirt track world in general. I was going to say Ryan Cherezian. But we're looking forward to the Bristol race. I'm taking Larson, obviously. Who are you taking?
I mean, you said it for me.
Yeah.
You're talking one of the best dirt drivers
Yeah, well,
in the pro scene.
yeah, but you got Christopher Bell, and he's a damn good midget racer too.
He could show
So
up and take another win.
it's gonna be a dirt. I don't know. I don't see, you know, somebody like Harvick or something taking it, you know, or
I think they'll do
Alex
well.
Bowman. I don't.
I think there's a gap between some of the asphalt guys and some of the dirt guys. I think they're gonna show up and show them what's up.
Yep. Well, looking forward to it. We've got a whole lot of good dirt track racing until the Cup race, and I think it's late March or whatever. So
March 28th.
yeah, looking forward to it. I'm sure you guys are too. That's pretty much gonna do it for tonight, I think. You gotta just basically get this thing back down on the ground and set the toe, and that's it. And then we'll see you guys on Saturday for the race. Remember, it's bent,
Not broken.
we'll see you on Saturday. Later. All right, guys, if you made it to the bonus footage, let us know in the comments. I just figured I'd do a little update here. Last night, I know I was probably getting a whole bunch of skeptics looking at that tire that we put a bunch of bead sealer in with the cord showing on the bead. Well, I let it dry overnight. I just aired it up. I sprayed it down with water, and it ain't leaking at all. However, this one over here, the right front, is leaking a little bit. This one was a good rim and tire and everything, but I sprayed it with water, and you can see it's leaking right there. Little tech tip here. I've showed you guys this in my videos prior, but just go ahead and take a hammer, and wherever there's bubbles coming up, smack it a little bit, kind of settles it. And you guys might just be thinking that, oh, the water's gone now. Okay, well, still a little bit right there. That's in a different spot though. What it does is it settles the tire on the rim, and voila. So anyways, just thought I'd come back out here and show you guys. This is the 400 that I've been working on. It's actually a pretty tame 400, and it should be a good street motor. It's not going to make a whole lot of horsepower, you know, like a race car motor would, but it's going to be a good runner. I'm pretty happy with it. It's getting out of here, getting a little more space in the garage. I also wanted to say thank you to you guys out there watching, and all my subscribers. Somehow, between this video and the last video, we've reached 500 subscribers, which I guess is a monumental moment or something. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update here, and say thank you again to everybody out there watching. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.